Ryan Reynolds here for, I guess, my 100th Mint commercial. No, don't. I mean, honestly, when I started this, I thought I only have to do like 4 of these. I mean, it's unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month. How are there still people paying 2 or 3 times that much? I'm sorry, I shouldn't be victim blaming here. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/save whenever you're ready.
$45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See details.
Today on an all-new Dr. Phil.
We have evidence to indicate this is a hoax.
My message to the balloon boy's father: your 15 minutes are over. Plus,
I want to have more sex.
what women really think about sex.
Just because it's fun. Sorry, Mom.
237 reasons they have it.
I want to feel his whole body.
Burns calories? Lots of revenge sex.
Plus, the wife wants it and the husband doesn't. These are things you can negotiate if you're just willing to.
I think that he should please me sexually.
Did she put Viagra in your mashed potatoes?
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
I know things are tough out there, but we can do this. If it matters to you, that's what I want to talk about.
10 seconds to air.
Love you.
Well, thank you. This is going to be a changing day in your life.
Ready, camera 5.
3, take track.
Go, Dr. Phil. Let's do it. Thank you. All right. I wanted to get rid of a headache. I was bored. I wanted to feel closer to God. I wanted to make somebody jealous. The list goes on and on. Those are just some of the 237 reasons why women have sex. I am so on to you girls, and we're going to be talking about many of them throughout today's show. In fact, there's a brand new book that lists every reason, good, bad, ugly, silly, and shocking, that women have sex. Now, you're going to be surprised by some of the reasons women give. I mean, what do you always hear? Men have one thing on their mind. Well, we ain't alone. Now, to help me get an idea of what women out there were saying about sex, I sent Kathleen Madigan to the streets. You're going to recognize her. She is one of the funniest people on the globe. Take a look.
Hey there, I'm here in Hollywood for Dr. Phil, where I'm going to try to get women to talk to me about their sex lives on national television. Here we go. If you had to have sex for money, you had to. Or someone's gonna kill you. How much would you charge?
Minimally $1,000.
$5 million.
So it'll be the cost of the ring, the wedding, the house, and the honeymoon.
It'll have to be an evening with Johnny Depp or something to get me to do that.
If you had to give me a reason why you have sex, what would it be?
Basically, just because it's fun.
That's it?
Maybe for other girls, they're like, no, we have to be in a relationship and be in love,
But you don't have those standards.
Not really. Sorry, Mom.
Some women have said that they have had sex simply because the person was a good dancer. Would that be enough for you?
That would be, yes, that would be enough for me. That's happened to me, actually. What
if the person was very funny?
Yeah, good personality, good, yeah.
So if I could set you up with Carrot Top, would you sleep with him? Is that a hickey on your neck or a bruise?
They're hickeys.
Wow, we have found somebody who really likes sex. What is the main reason you have sex?
Because my husband's horny.
What about you, Judith?
Okay, it goes both ways.
Some women said they had sex for money and or gifts.
I know people that do that.
You do? Mm-hmm. And what did they get?
iPod.
Really? Sex for an iPod?
Uh-huh.
Okay, well, I hope they got the newer one. If there was a book that was written about the reasons men want to have sex, how long do you think that book would be?
It wouldn't be that long.
Probably 2 pages.
Definitely a Post-it note. Well, there you have it, Dr. Phil. There's a lot of reasons women want to have sex, and I think we heard most of them.
Now, there is a reason Dr. Cindy Meston is here. Well, there's 237 reasons, right? She's a professor of clinical psychology and the co-author of Why Women Have Sex. Now, Dr. Jennifer Berman is an expert in sexual health. She's also been a recurring guest on the hit show, The Doctors. So welcome my whole panel here. 237 reasons women have sex.
Yes.
Because I know we always said growing up that women need a reason to have sex and men just need a place.
Okay.
But there are some similarities, actually, right?
Yes, absolutely. You always hear that men have sex for physical gratification. Well, in our study, it was the case that next to being attracted to the person, physical gratification was the main category of reasons. Women had sex because it was fun, it was exciting. They wanted the pure physical gratification.
Is that true?
I couldn't believe how quickly women would jump in the chair. I'm like, do you want to talk about sex on TV? Yep, jumped right in the chair. I was like, wow, with the hickeys and...
You're here in a chair.
Yeah, well, I am here in the chair.
And I'm asking you, why do you have sex?
Just for fun. Like, I realized, my God, I haven't thought of anything. After I read all those reasons, I'm like, I should be doing this for a lot more. I'm too easy. My God, I could get gifts and all.
Right.
So you've got no iPods?
Well, I do have an iPod, but it could be upgraded. I mean, who's kidding? Who's kidding who? She should have at least gone for the iPhone in a 6-month plan.
Sex for pleasure was one of the more common ones, but we got some real interesting, lots of revenge sex, where the women would go out and have sex with another man to get back at their partner who had done something wrong or who had cheated.
That's a big range. You said has done something wrong or cheated.
Yes.
I can kind of understand the one-to-one correlation with cheating.
Yes.
But do they do it for revenge for other reasons? Like he's rude, I think I'll sleep with his friend?
Actually, we had a story from one woman who said she had sex with another man because her boyfriend wasn't acting appropriately at her sister's wedding. So she wanted to punish him.
But who has that kind of energy?
Well, women withhold sex for punishment. I mean, I think that women have sex, despite the iPods and everything else, deep down underneath, sex is to feel, when they're in a relationship, to feel intimate and connected. Men only want to have sex for the opposite reason. So if it can become a vicious circle. So.
But not always. Didn't you say there are some women that actually have sex to infect someone they don't like with a disease?
Yes, absolutely.
You got to be a dark chick to do that. You got to be sitting around saying, okay, all right, I'm going to get this guy's going to have bugs.
Well, yes. I mean, I think you're right. It does sound sociopathic.
And you said a lot of them do it for jealousy.
Jealousy, yes, to either try to get their husbands to be jealous so that they are reassured that their husbands are still attracted to them, or to prove to themselves maybe that they're still attractive from other men.
You might think that when women have sex, they're doing it to connect with their partner. Dr. Meston discovered that many times women have more selfish reasons. I wanted to burn calories.
Yes.
I wanted to relieve menstrual cramps.
Yes.
Orgasm does that.
How about ibuprofen? What are people doing?
Actually, it works
That's
better.
where the word hysteria
Orgasm
comes
works
from.
better than ibuprofen as a quick pain relief.
All right, you've been doing Man on the Street. Let's do some audience in the street here. Everybody's hiding from Kathleen. They're saying, oh no, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
This was easier when we sent a young, hot guy.
What would be the biggest reason you would list for having sex?
Attraction. And then the gifts.
Oh, the gifts. What was the best gift you've ever received for sex? She doesn't know. Did you have sex with her? How did she know? She doesn't know. Robin, you are married to this man.
I can't help you.
A diamond ring.
Oh, you got a diamond ring. Was this an engagement ring?
Yes.
Oh, so you said, okay. Look at Robin's rings. What's going on in that house? That's the best sex ever. What's your name?
Lillian.
Hi, Lillian. It's nice to meet you. So why would you have sex with this person?
Because I want to feel his whole body against mine.
Wow, that's sexy. Rather than him just being across the room, you want him
next to me or on top of me.
You want him right on top. Well, you know, that's weird because one lady said one of the reasons was that she did it to keep warm.
Yes.
I'm not kidding. It's in the book. And I was like, were they in an igloo? Who does it? I mean, there's space heaters. Have you ever received a gift for sex?
No.
Aw. You know what?
The orgasm?
Oh, the orgasm. Right. Well, one would hope that would come with it.
Has this changed? I mean, are there sexual practices more common now that you're seeing than there used to be?
In fact, that's a good question. We were talking about that backstage, that women don't need a man for sexual pleasure.
Okay, we're going to edit this
People in
out.
couples.
All right, go ahead. Now say what you say.
And that's something that we start early on, educating women that, we don't require men to feel pleasure, to feel self-esteem, to feel sexually satisfied in any way, shape, or form. That is based on couples. What you can't receive without other person is what I was alluding to earlier, is the intimacy, what she said up there, the contact of another body, the connection. So unfortunately, we need men.
Well,
no way of getting out of it.
I will say that certainly love and commitment was high up on the list of reasons why women have sex, but there were many women in our research who wanted sex because of the excitement, the adventure. They wanted another notch on their belt. They wanted to try men of different ages, ethnicities. Some wanted to take a test drive, they called it. They wanted to make sure the guy was good in bed before they got in a relationship and got anywhere near to commitment. They wanted to see what he was like before they got married, to make sure they weren't going to be missing out on something better before they got married.
Oh, so this was
Lots
like
of
comparison shopping.
Comparison shopping.
It's like price checking at Walmart and somewhere else.
Absolutely, absolutely.
All right, we got to take a break. Coming up, her number one reason for having sex is because, well, she likes it. The bad news is her husband, not so much. She's done everything from dressing up in sexy clothes to getting breast implants in order to get her husband into bed, and nothing has worked. I'm going to talk to them. All of our panel's going to weigh in. We're going to see if we can find some middle ground. We'll be right back.
I'm constantly looking for clothes so that he would see me as an attractive woman. It doesn't work.
And later,
parents of the boy in the Colorado balloon saga are now facing possible criminal charges.
We did this for a show.
my message to the balloon boy's father.
Tomorrow on an all-new Dr. Phil. What do you really think about race?
You don't have to be racist to practice bias.
Color.
Whenever people see me, for the most part, they assume I'm ghetto.
Culture.
Asian people eat dogs. That's like me saying white people are all serial killers.
Conscience.
Old white woman clutched her purse when I walked by.
The hidden biases we all face.
Because one of the things I know about bias and prejudice is that familiarity helps to overcome that.
That's tomorrow.
And we're talking about 237 reasons that women have sex. Now, my next guest, Maribel's main reason is because she says she just likes it. Most husbands would be thrilled. Or would they? I don't know. We're going to talk about that. Is this sexual appetite that men profess real? Or is it more bluff than it is reality? I don't know. Now, Maribel has gone to great lengths to entice Jeff into sex. Trust me, she's done everything from wearing sexy outfits to getting naked in a hot tub for him. Now, Jeff says he can't keep up with her sexually. He's worried he's going to have another heart attack if he tries.
Jeff never wants to have sex.
Maribel wants to have sex all the time.
My problem with sex is all Jeff's fault. You're the one who's saying no. You're the one who doesn't want to do it. It's been 2 months since I've had sex.
Maribel keeps track of our sex life by the calendar for how many days it's been since we've had sex.
I had breast implants because he asked me for it.
It was Maribel's idea to get me more excited.
After I had my breast implants, he did not want to touch them.
The breast implants really look good, but it doesn't make me more interested in having sex with her.
When I decorated my room, I was thinking that it would be a very erotic atmosphere with all the pillows and the puffiness. I'm thinking this is gonna be a very, very special bed. But there is nothing happening in this bed.
She keeps pushing me to take Viagra. One night at dinner, I was chewing up my potatoes and I felt something crunchy, and it was a Viagra.
I have never put Viagra in his food, but he is saying that I have to all of his friends. I think you just don't want it, not even when you take the Viagra.
Well, I took it the other night, but I fell asleep.
If you don't want to do it anymore ever in your life, then why would you take it?
Well, let's take a look at some of the outfits Maribel has worn to seduce Jeff.
These are some of the clothes that I buy that I think are very, very attractive and sexy. I'm constantly looking for things so that he would see see me as an attractive woman, but it doesn't work. I got a dress here. Oh, it's just so nice and tight. I have a dress, I think it's the most sexy dress I've ever worn. It's open in the back, short, shows my legs. Doesn't do anything for him. I think this is the most sexy top I own. See how beautiful that is? Nothing.
You're very dramatic. I mean, even in the way you introduce your outfits, so you put a lot into this.
I do, yes.
Yeah, but nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing, zip.
She's on me every day about it, and then it gets old after a while.
You didn't just say that, did you?
I mean,
you don't want to say that in front of your wife. It gets old after a while?
Well, no, I make excuses.
There may be 237 reasons women have sex. You got almost 237 reasons not to. And here they are. I'm too tired. I ate too much. My hemorrhoids are bothering me. Do you even have hemorrhoids? You said you don't even really have them. You just said you did.
Yeah.
As an excuse. I'd think of something else to say before I made that up. I have a headache. You get out of bed at 5:30. You sneak out before she wakes up. Leave me alone, I'm going to sleep. Stop bugging me, American Idol is on. Not while the kids are in the house. Don't tell me we have to do it again. Why are you bothering me? What is your problem? Hey, back off. My doctor doesn't want me to take Viagra all the time. The doctor says I can have sex, but my excessive smoking restricts things. I'm afraid of having another heart attack. Now, come on. The biggest mistake I see people make in relationships are they talk about topics instead of issues. They'll talk about something safe, come up with an excuse, come up with a deflection, instead of talking about what's really going on. You just don't want to have sex. True?
The pressure she puts on me be working up to that. It's always, did you take your pill yet? Different things like that. I don't like.
Are you pushing him? Are you pressuring him?
So it's my fault. Is it my fault?
Well, that's what we're trying to figure out. I don't think so.
Assuming you're not taking anything with nitroglycerin, you've had a heart attack, anything with nitroglycerin, you can take Viagra. It's not sex that's going to give you a heart attack, it's the smoking that you're doing. So as you've pointed out, all of those are excuses.
Kathleen, what do you want to say?
Well, first of all, I'm with you on the stop bugging me, American Idol's on. I get it. But I was really going to ask when she said, was it fine before you had a heart attack?
It was perfect before I had a heart attack.
So it's the heart attack freaked you out.
I got to take a break. When we come back, we're going to find out just how far she has gone to try to get Jeff to have sex. And is it pushing him too far and just making it where, look, it's just distasteful, don't even want to think about it. Plus, what your sex life says about your relationship. We'll be right back.
When I want to have sex with my husband, I try to sit on his lap and rub my breast around. He was watching TV, and I started dancing in front of the TV. And his reaction is, move.
Next Thursday,
all of my daughters were my best friends. We told each other everything.
they had always been close.
The picture-perfect family.
Until they discovered their mother
She told me, I'm going to Vegas with girls from my work.
was hiding a secret.
Did you stay with a man?
Yeah.
What do you think happened on this Vegas trip? You think she had an affair?
She said that this friend is teaching her how to golf.
I play a lot of golf. I haven't ever done it in a hotel room in Vegas.
Now you're everything you never wanted us to be.
They're a family in turmoil.
There's so many lies, I don't know what to believe anymore.
I can't stand it when people lie to your face, especially your own mother.
You feel as though you need to be in control of my life.
Hey, you raise these girls to say, I deserve the truth here. Are you having an affair?
That's next Thursday.
Across this great country, from coast to coast, you've told me about the crossroads we're facing. That's exactly why I wrote We've Got Issues, How You Can Stand Strong for America's Soul and Sanity. This book isn't just a conversation starter. It's a roadmap for standing strong in the face of adversity, for embracing our core values when they're needed most. We're talking about real strategies for real people dealing with real issues. from navigating the complexities of today's polarized world to fortifying our families. And I set forth in the book 10 principles that I think are critical for a healthy society. This is not about politics. I'm not a politician, don't want to be a politician, don't know enough about politics to talk about it. But I talk about every angle of life as we know it, from family and relationships to the burning issues that are shaping our world today. We've got issues, how you can stand strong for America's soul and sanity. And you'll find it anywhere books are sold. It's about time we start addressing what truly matters.
You're a podcast listener, and this is a podcast ad. Reach great listeners like yourself with podcast advertising from Libsyn Ads. Choose from hundreds of top podcasts offering host endorsements, or run a reproduced ad like this one across thousands of shows to reach your target audience with Libsyn Ads. Go to libsynads.com now. That's LIBSYN ads.com.
We went on a cruise and it was going to be kind of a honeymoon for us. We made sure that we brought the Viagra. I made sure he took it every day. I brought a lot of sexy clothes, bathing suits. Every night he went to sleep right after dinner. I took off my dress and got naked and he was sleeping. He's got no interest.
Well, that was Maribel describing the sexless romantic cruise that she took with her husband, Jeff. Now, we're talking about the 237 reasons why women have sex and what to do if your partner doesn't want it as much as you do. I mean, look, everything in marriage is a negotiation. Everything. Division of labor, how you raise the kids, how you deal with in-laws, how you're going to manage money, where you're going to live, all of these things. Everything is a negotiation, and sex is no exception to that. It has to be negotiated, but this negotiation isn't working. What do you want?
I want to have more sex.
Okay. And how much is... That's okay. Listen, we were talking about this backstage. A big part of relationships are supposed to be fun. A big part of dating is supposed to be fun. A big part of sex is supposed to be fun. It is a game, and you do have to play at it. I mean, and that's fine. That's healthy to do, and you just want to play some more.
I want to play, yes.
Yeah. How much sex is...
But I want to feel loved.
Right. And you feel rejected.
I want to feel wanted.
Okay. Do you feel rejected by him?
I feel very rejected by him.
Uh-huh. Are you aware she feels that way?
Oh, yeah. She lets me know about it all the time.
Well, I'm not telling you what she tells. I'm asking what she tells you. I mean, do you feel that you're hurting her feelings?
Yeah, I think at times I feel like I'm hurting her feelings, But what she means is by getting close to her, I want to get close to her, but she goes right for the gusto.
So you feel hunted?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Did she put Viagra in your mashed potatoes?
To be honest with you, I stuck it in there.
You what?
I stuck it in there and blamed her.
Are you serious?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
You put Viagra in your mashed potatoes and then blamed her?
Yeah, because she was bugging me so much, and I said, look, did you stick that in there? So I kind of blamed her for it. But.
Well, there were only two of you there. She had to know she didn't do it. What kind of frame up is that? You can't frame somebody with themselves. Look what you did. No, I didn't.
The question is, it worked, but did you use it?
We started to argue a little bit, a lot before we go in the bedroom. And, that peer pressure on me, then I get mad and I'm going downstairs.
You had a heart attack how long ago?
7 years ago, April.
Okay. But yet you smoked how much?
Before my heart attack, I had 5 packs. And now I'm down, I cut down to 3.
Okay, so you say you're worried about a heart attack, but you're smoking 3 packs of cigarettes a day.
Yeah, but, like now I got the patch on when I'm in here.
But you realize that increases your likelihood of heart attack 7-8 times normal, Dr. Berman? Would that be true?
At least, yes.
So if you're really worried about that, it seems like sex wouldn't even make the short list of risk factors. Do you think maybe if you backed off a little bit, he might come your way some, or have you tried that?
I have tried that too.
You've tried to back off?
Oh, yes.
And he doesn't, and you say she hasn't backed off?
Oh, no.
She hasn't backed off.
I have tried backing off. I have tried.
Is sex something you want to be part of your life?
Well, I do want more, but it's just that, with the medication, it seems like it's at the end of the evening, I just don't have no pupta, I just get more tired, in the evenings.
If it's a schedule problem, you could negotiate that, right? You could work that out?
Well, yeah, but I get up at like 4:30, but she likes to sleep till on the weekends till like 10 o'clock.
Yeah, but see, this is the negotiation I'm talking about. If you really want to resolve this, I mean, if you really do, look, if you just aren't interested in sex anymore, it's really important to be honest about that. Generally speaking, Dr. Berman is telling you, and I'm sure your doctor has told you, that taking Viagra is not a heart risk for you if you're healthy enough to have sex, and you seem to be fairly healthy otherwise, right?
Right, yep.
So, I mean, these are things you can negotiate if you're just willing to, but right now, you're kind of in a standoff. It's like, at this point, you wouldn't give it up just out of spite, it seems. I mean, you resent her putting so much pressure on you.
Yeah, sometimes I feel that way, especially when I take one and I waste it, and then we end up not having sex.
Because you argue?
Yeah, we argue about different things.
No, because when we went on the cruise, he took one every day.
Right.
It was a 7-day.
That means he was planning on it, Maribel. He wanted to do it, and because of the pressure and because of the conflict between you, he then loses his libido.
Hang on, we got to take a break here. Up next, why Jeff feels like Maribel always has a watchful eye on him. He's feeling a lot of pressure here. Plus, what do you need to do to get on the same page with your partner when it comes to sex?
I got my two worlds here. I got my TV, and I got a picture of Maribel up there. I get upset with her, and it's staring at me every day. Maribel wants a picture there because it's all about her and what she wants. I feel like taking it down when I'm mad at her, but it's there for good, I guess, so nothing I can do about it.
Monday. For the first time in 5 years, Alex sits down with Dr. Phil.
I need to know what's going on. A lot of people saying you're doing drugs.
No.
But you have another baby, Layla. When did things fall apart with Chris?
On our wedding night, he got mad and he pushed me in the kitchen and I fell and I ripped my dress. He went to jail and that was my opportunity to get out.
You had a choice. Either the guy you were living with had to go or Nathan had to go.
And everything just went downhill from there.
How are you getting along with your mom?
I need her more than ever right now. And she's not there.
What are you really mad at your mother about?
My mom is supporting Nathan's father's custody battle. She said that she would testify against me.
I want to ask your mom to join us.
That's Monday.
When I want to have sex with my husband, I try to sit on his lap and rub my breast around, but his reaction is no. I massage him. When I get totally naked in front of him, he doesn't even look at me. He was watching TV, and I started dancing in front of the TV, and his reaction is move. I put my head over his chest, and he just moves my head. I say, can't you just look at me? Or just touch me. And he just says, oh, don't start with that again. My husband is almost like a brother to me. I think that he should try to please me sexually. And I'm very frustrated because he doesn't even try.
Well, today we've been talking about some of the 237 reasons why women have sex and talking about how to bridge the gap if you and your spouse are fighting about it. Because look, it is one of the things that is negotiated. And to just assume that you're both going to have the same sexual appetite at all times is just naive. That's not going to happen. So you got to be willing to find middle ground. You've got to be willing to compromise. Now, Maribel says that she's thought of having an affair because her husband, Jeff, never wants sex. She's even kissed another guy in front of him to make him jealous. These are some of the things we were talking about in the book, Why Women Have Sex. I think there's a real big anxiety factor in all of this for you. I think you have anxiety about performance. I think you have anxiety about health. I think you have anxiety about being controlled. And I think there's a very passive way for you to express that, and that is to withhold love and attention and sex and all of that as a way to say, you know, you're not going to control me. You're not going to dominate me. At this point, there's a lot of resentment going both ways. You resent him for rejecting you. You resent her for pursuing you. And a relationship where you're always pursuing or retreating is not healthy. You've got to come together somewhere in the middle here. Are you willing to try to redefine this relationship in a way where you do make a commitment to being sexually active in the relationship?
I want to have more of a sexual relationship, but not, you know, on a minimum basis, like, not, every day. But she wants a lot more than I do. Once or twice a week is fine with me. But sometimes it's, she wants, more, or we would probably do it more if it wasn't so much of the
It wasn't a battleground.
Right.
But at this point, wouldn't you be delighted with once or twice a week?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I mean, that'd just tickle you pink. You say, that'd be great.
That would be
It
great.
may not be if you were going to fill out the form, you might write in 4 or 5, but you, right at this point, instead of a 0, instead of a goose egg, if somebody wrote in, average twice a week, you'd be thrilled with that, wouldn't you?
I just want it once in a while with my husband.
Yeah, which is not
I want to
unreasonable.
have a normal relationship with my husband.
Yeah.
That's why we got married, is to be together, be
Right.
intimate, touch each other.
Right.
And I don't have that with him.
Yeah. So you're feeling lonely
Very lonely,
and rejected.
very rejected.
So that's not what you want her feeling, right?
No, I don't want her to feel that way
All
at
right,
all.
so if the two of you just said, look, we're in this together, let's find a place that we can both feel happy, where we can feel that this is kind of natural, it's organic. It's not like, hey, Tuesday, haven't done once yet, get over here, boy. You don't want that, right?
No, I don't want
And that's
that.
what you got at this point.
Well, I know.
It's to the point that you didn't even like your picture in the room. Because every time he turns around, it's like, oh, there she is again. It's pretty bad when it's gotten to the point that he's resenting you enough that he doesn't like your picture. So you've got to recognize that there's resentment here. And we're going to work on some of those things and then try to negotiate a place. You want your wife to feel loved and valued, right?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
And you want to be the one that loves her.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
So we need to get rid of the resentment and the anxiety. And I'm going to ask Dr. Berman to chat with you a little bit backstage because she specializes in this. And what you're going to tell him is that a lot of that anxiety is misplaced, true?
Correct.
All right, up next, we're going to meet a couple who's living a sexual Groundhog Day. They want my help getting out of a routine. We'll be right back.
Sometimes I feel like an old person, like we've been married for 50 years. I think old people get in ruts and don't do it a lot.
My wife Deanna likes one position.
Missionary, because I feel like it's romantic, I feel like it's sweet.
I would believe our sex life would be classified as boring.
Tomorrow on an all-new Dr. Phil. What do you really think about race?
You don't have to be racist to practice bias.
Color, culture, conscience, the hidden biases we all face. That's tomorrow.
Closed captioning provided by If you would like to purchase a tape or transcripts of your favorite Dr. Phil show, please log on to drphil.com or call 866-4-DR-PHIL. That's 866-437-7445. 866-437-7445. Well, today we're talking about some of the 237 reasons why women have sex and what to do if you and your significant other are at odds about what you want, where you want it, how often, all of those things. Now, Deanna and Robert have been married 4 years. Deanna admits that when it comes to sex, she likes the cookie-cutter missionary position. Robert says he's bored of their routine of only having sex at 8:30 at night and wants to spice things up.
If I had my way, we would have sex at least 5 times a week.
I want sex about probably 2 times a week.
Like every night would be good. Maybe even twice a night would be even better.
My wife Deanna likes one position.
Missionary, because I feel like it's romantic, I feel like it's sweet, and I feel like it's more connecting.
She'd be happy as a clam doing that every night. And it does tend to get boring for me.
The sex between me and Robert should be like a movie. You sparkle into your eyes, and it should be like making love.
She wants the rose petals. She wants the bath going. She wants the wine, even though we don't drink wine.
I always want it to be just the same cookie cutter way, because we don't really have sex. So when we do, I want it to be my way. When Robert doesn't want to have sex with me, I feel rejected. When's the last time we did it?
Probably 4 days ago.
5.
My biggest fear would probably be my wife believing that her husband doesn't find her attractive anymore, doesn't love her anymore. That would be the last thing I'd ever want.
Okay, so what's going on here? Are you being rigid about this, about a certain way that this has to be, or a certain time, a certain position, a certain...
Well, I wouldn't be if we did it more often, so then I'd be willing to compromise. But since it's only like once a week, I feel like I need it my way so I feel special and loved and romantic.
But there's 2 of you here.
Well, I know. That's why he's got to give it a little bit more. And then I'd be more compromising.
But maybe if you did it in different ways, then he might be motivated to do it some more.
Well, right, but I've tried that. I've tried to take it for the team, Dr. Phil. I have, but it doesn't. We have a 2-year-old, so it has to be at 8:30 because she goes to bed and I get tired. I got to wake up with her.
Take it for the team.
Well, for his happiness.
Yeah. What do you say about this?
My opinion on it, we've talked about this many times, and we have tried different things, nothing off the wall crazy, but we've tried different things getting out of the routine, but that lasts for like a day, then it's right back to, okay, it's 8:30, look in my eyes, brush my hair back, and it goes right back to what...
Do you watch a lot of movies?
Yes, she does.
So you see sex in the movies?
Yes.
But do you live in a movie?
Well, no.
That's the problem.
I know, I just want it to be romantic. And I want another baby, so we gotta be doing it.
Okay, see, this is the problem. Hey, women that say, okay, I want to have another baby, I'm ovulating, get home right now. Yeah. You talk about wanting romantic. Is that romantic to you?
I can show you the text messages for exactly what you just said. Ovulating, be home in 5 minutes.
Isn't
that's how it goes.
She went like this.
That's outside of the box. Isn't that frisky and not cookie cutter, not vanilla?
Get home is not frisky. That's not frisky. That's saying, hey, come and service me. I need you. You say you want it a certain way, at a certain time, in a certain fashion, right?
Right.
All right. How's that working for you?
Well, it's not.
Okay, well, here's the deal. When something's not working, change it. Change it. Same thing with you. When something's not working, you do want to meet her needs, right? Do
Definitely.
what she wants. But then, and I don't believe in tit-for-tat relationships, but if you give her what she wants, she's saying, I'll give you what you want.
I am. I just kind of need him to take that first step. And I honestly, I'm not one of those that say take it and then I won't. I would. Because then I'd feel more comfortable with it because it's so
Because he
few
wants
and far
spontaneity,
between.
right? You want something different. I mean, you want to have sex in different locations, right? On the couch, on the well, the 2-year-old goes to sleep, right?
Right, but she's always with, so we...
She's not here right now.
She is. She's upstairs.
But you're downstairs. I know, that's what I mean. You've got to be willing to be creative. I mean, Robin and I, we grew up with kids in the house. Did you guys grow up with kids in the house? So what you do is you work around it. So do it. Have a spirit of doing that. Don't get 10 years, 15, 20 years into this relationship and then recognize that you've grown apart. Be creative. Okay, we're going to move on here because coming up, I have a few choice words for Balloon Boy's dad.
We did this for the show.
It became very clear to us at that point that they were lying.
drphil.com, brought to you in part by...
If you have high blood pressure like me, you need powerful cold medicine with a heart. Coricidin HBP. It won't raise your blood pressure. Coricidin HBP.
Travel consideration provided by...
Get Dentemp to replace a lost filling or re-cement a loose cap. Get Dentemp.
If you want to be in the audience, come join us. Call 323-461-PHIL, 323-461-7445, or email us at drphil.com. Well, I just couldn't end this show without discussing the story that everybody is talking about. People keep calling me, stopping me on the street, asking me what I think about the dad of the 6-year-old who's been dubbed Balloon Boy.
The parents of the boy in the Colorado balloon saga are now facing possible criminal charges that could result in prison time. Today, authorities said the incident was a hoax.
The unraveling of the hoax came during an unscripted moment. In a live television interview, Falcon was asked why he hid when everyone was searching for him.
We did this for the show.
It became very clear to us at that point that they were lying.
Officials are also considering fining the Heenies for the tens of thousands of dollars it cost to pursue the runaway balloon. It could all add up to more of a financial reality than Mr. Heaney expected.
Boy, out of the mouths of babes, right? And you cannot unring a bell. Now, these are allegations, but people want to know what I think. I'll tell you. I think we got a situation here of a stage dad, maybe stage parents, obsessed with being on television, obsessed with fame. And apparently, the ticket, in their view, are these children. I mean, they were able to get on Wife Swap, where, in my view, I think God just came across as a crackpot. And they've got this hilarious family tape series on YouTube. But again, it's the kids. They've got the kids making a video of making booger soup for their mother, going on a hunt for dog feces, and a rap video that is just revolting. And they've apparently been around Hollywood pitching a reality show. And in one of the scenarios in this reality show pitch, which I read, they talk about we're going to create a big UFO stir, and we're going to utilize the media to make the presence of the family so much bigger. They also called the television station before they called 911. When this happened. And they said in their reality show pitch, we're going to generate tremendous controversy within the public mainstream, and the media is going to give us all of this free coverage to do a dramatic increase in awareness of our family and of this reality show. I mean, come on, Dad, get a job. Let these kids be kids. I mean, where does this kind of stuff stop? So what's going to happen? They're probably going to be charged all the cost of the helicopters and emergency vehicles and the ruined crop for the family that the balloon went down in their field, but they don't have the money to pay it. They're probably going to plead out. The jails are too crowded. It's a nonviolent crime, so they probably won't do any jail time. But maybe because of this ridiculous behavior, your 15 minutes are over. And at least that should give these kids a chance to just be kids, because I don't think television's in the future. We'll be right back. You heard what I said on the show, but to find out what I said after the show, visit drphil.com and click on Dr. Phil Uncensored. All this week, the entire entertainment industry, including the 4 major networks, ABC, CBS, Fox, and NBC, will mobilize a groundbreaking initiative designed to inspire a new era of service called I Participate. The Dr. Phil Show, along with CSI Miami, Ghost Whisperer, 30 Rock, Criminal Minds, and 40 other TV shows, will join in this week-long effort to shine a spotlight on the power of service and volunteerism. Now, I'm asking all of you out there to gather, volunteer, and serve in your communities. It will take time, it will take effort, you might even break a sweat. But in the end, you and I, and all of us, will be able to say we did something great for America. Go to iparticipate.org and find what you can do to get involved. I want to thank all of my guests for being here today. Dr. Cindy Meston, co-author of Why Women Have Sex, Dr. Jennifer Berman, Kathleen Madigan, My guest talking about sex life on television, I know it's not easy, but I really hope you listen to what we talked about. Look, I really want to know what you thought about today's show. You can leave me a message on blog.drphil.com, or you can tweet me on my Dr. Phil Twitter page. And I do read those, and sometimes I answer them. And of course, for more information on everything we've talked about, you can go to drphil.com. This was fun, guys. Thanks for being here. So long. See you all. You guys. I want to thank all of my guests for being here today. Dr. Cindy Meston, co-author of Why Women Have Sex, Dr. Jennifer Berman, Kathleen Madigan, my guest talking about sex life on television. I know it's not easy, but I really hope you listen to what we talked about. Look, I really want to know what you thought about today's show. You can leave me a message on blog.drphil.com, or you can tweet me on my Dr. Phil Twitter page. And I do read those, and sometimes I answer them. And of course, for more information on everything we've talked about, you can go to drphil.com. This was fun, guys. Thanks for being here. So long.